Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Charlie, and today we will be discussing Godzilla vs. Kong, the fourth installment in the MonsterVerse series of movies that started with Godzilla in 2014. Then we had Kong Skull Island in 2017, and finally Godzilla's sequel, Godzilla King of the Monsters, in 2019. And just a couple of days ago, Godzilla vs. Kong was released, directed by Adam Wingard, and it is basically whatever you expect it to be. It's a full spectacle between Kong and Godzilla, and that is it. That is really it. It's an action spectacle movie. I like to call these movies like fast food movies, because you just go for the entertainment. You know, it's not really, it doesn't have a lot of quality in terms of story, but it gives you what you want. And what you want in this movie is see Godzilla fight Kong and have these massive, fantastic brawls that are just so absurd at times. And I really enjoyed the fight sequences that we had in the movie, the action scenes, but I was expecting them. I was expecting a bit more of those. I think, without wanting to spoil anything, I think we have like four action scenes between the two titans, and they're pretty good. Some of them you're like, oh my god, that punch, that kick, that it's really awesome to finally see Kong and Godzilla in the same movie. These versions, because of course, like, so many decades ago we had I don't know what it was called, but it was Godzilla vs. Kong, but the graphics, I don't think they were graphic. There were even graphics like CGI. It was, I don't know, but yeah, it was decades ago, and in terms of like special effects quality, oh, how far we've come. It's so good, and it's really, I was rooting for Kong just because he's more agile, and it's just cooler to see him move and punch and all that stuff. But I really like Godzilla as well, especially what they did with him in his past two movies. And yeah, in terms of action, it's what you expect it to be. It's fun, it's exhilarating. You get really like, whoa, shocked at some moments from the amazement and the excitement that you have when you see each other like punching each other and kicking each other and using their abilities. But in terms of story, there are lots of coincidences happening, especially between our human characters. Of course, we have Millie Bobby Brown coming, her character coming back. We have her father, played by Kyle Chandler, coming back, and then we have Rebecca Hall, Alexander Skarsgard. I don't know the name. Julian, Dennison, and then Brian. Yeah, I should have researched this actually. Sorry. Like, coming to the movie, some of them are scientists working for Apex, which is like another company interested in the Titans. We had Monarch, and I think now we have Apex. I actually don't know if they were in the last movie, in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. And we also have Eiza González, like playing a somewhat villainous role, and all the and we also have a little girl, I don't know her name, sorry, but who has a very strong connection to Kong, and that's really cute. That's really adorable. That's the best human interaction that we have in the movie. All the other stuff is kind of there just to give us dialogue, because of course our titans aren't gonna talk to each other. But some of it, just like, there's so much lack of logic in some of the dialogue and the decisions they make and why they make them. They seem to be skipping some steps in their mind, in their plans. But I get it. It's an action movie. we know that the story itself is going to be a bit flawed. And I do mind it because I'm a guy that looks at the logic and continuity and how many coincidences, like contrivances there are, because I can bear one or two, but more than that, I'm like, really? Like that, wow, what a coincidence. That guy was over there while the Titan was doing it is what it is, I guess. But in terms of action, the movie is really good, especially the last act, the action in the last act. And like I said, the human interactions are not the best. I think they've learned with the past 3 movies that you want to keep them like isolated and make them shorter and give more of a space and of a stage to the Titans themselves, and that's what they did. It worked better than in the last 3 movies, but again, like I said, I was hoping just for a bit more fight scenes. I don't want to spoil it, but they could have done something interesting with lore that they created, with the history of the Titans and what's going on with them, where they came from, and all that stuff. And in terms of like plot twists and turns, there were really none. I think it was really easy to predict some stuff, especially from the trailers. They kind of gave away a pretty big plot twist or plot point. And yeah, it was a fun movie. I had fun with it, especially when you see the Titans just battle it out, just really going for each other and almost killing each other. It's really fun. It's exciting. But in terms of content of the story, of the even the stakes of it, pretty similar to the last 2-3 movies. In terms of color and the vibrancy of the cinematography, it's much better. Like in the first Godzilla, almost every time Godzilla was in a scene, it was really poorly lit. It was really dark. You couldn't really see him, and I think that's because it was the first movie in this franchise, and maybe they didn't have that much of a budget, so they had to really try to go around the obstacles of money, and just provide us with whatever they could. And that's why there were lots of like night scenes with Godzilla in that movie. In this one, there's one, but there's lots of lighting around because of the buildings and all that stuff. So it was much better than all those movies. Did it live up to the expectation that I had when I went into the movie? Just like slightly. I wanted something more. I wanted more action. I wanted something different. I wanted a twist that I didn't predict. And yeah, just the action, the punches. Oh my god, it's so good. It's really good. And now I wonder what they're gonna do with the franchise. They're gonna make another Kong movie, another Godzilla movie, like expand to other creatures. I don't know. They left the doors open for that, but there was not really a cliffhanger scene or moment that you went, ooh, that's what's gonna happen next. I think the other 3 movies left that bit of a cliffhanger nature to it, like a moment that you knew, like, ooh, now we're gonna see Kong, and then like, ooh, Kong and Godzilla were like enemies, ancient enemies, and then ooh, all these other Titans are around. In this one, I don't think there was really. Well, there was a plot point that kind of involved the history of them, but it wasn't really explored that much in this movie. Hopefully they will in the future. But yeah, they just kind of teased something really interesting with the lore of the characters of the Titans, and they didn't really explore it that much, I'm afraid. But yeah, overall I had fun with the movie. I wasn't expecting a lot of quality in terms of script and story and all that stuff. The human interaction between the little girl and Kong was really nice. It's just really cool to see Kong just connect to people, to humans. And yeah, the action is fantastic. It is what you expect for a Godzilla vs. Kong movie to be, honestly. And yeah, I'm gonna give this one a B+. Just because I knew what I was getting into, and it's not great, it's not fantastic, it's not one of the best action movies I've ever seen. It won't probably be in my top 10 list for the year, but I still had fun with it, and it's a nice crossover, it's a nice team-up movie, and yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with the franchise going forward. We'll have to wait and see for news of that, and that is it. I don't have anything more to add, I think, without spoiling much. I wanted this to be a spoiler-free review. So I hope you enjoyed it. This is my second time recording a video for the channel, like giving a review on the movie. Last time I did this was with Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. I'm gonna put like a link here or there. I don't know. If you want to check it out, it's much longer. It's a much longer video, like video review of that movie. This one was a bit shorter because I didn't go into spoilers. I didn't really want to, because then I would be talking so much, and you don't really want that. So I hope you had fun. If you have watched the movie, I hope you had fun. If you haven't, check it out. It's like harmless action movie spectacle, like it's that. So you're not really wasting time if you watch it, but you're also not missing a lot if you don't. And yeah, that has been one more opinion. Wow, today I'm really like, but I don't want to edit this video. I don't want to edit this video. So this has been just one more opinion. I've been Charlie, and you have been awesome. Take care and goodbye.